Okay, the first thing I want to do, pretending this is the scroll saw blade, you need to round over the back of the blade. So I'm going to take my diamond honing stone. You can use a file or sandpaper, whichever you like. Just gently round over the back of your scroll saw blade. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So with the saw running, I just get my diamond stone. Just gently file off the edges of the back of the blade, which is this. What this does is once the back of the blade is rounded, when you're making tight turns, the blade turns a lot easier with the back rounded instead of square. In the video, I'm going to be using a piece of pine 2x4 to make the puzzle box. Now any wood can be used. I am just using this pine so you can easily see my pencil marks on the wood. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is make a straight line across the bottom. Now there are several ways you can make the straight line. You can use a ruler. When I want to make a straight line, this is a 1/8 inch plywood that I have. So I'm just going to lay the wood on its side, lay the piece of plywood under it, such as this. Take my pencil, draw a straight line. Simple as can be. I was doing a class at Woodcraft one time and I was showing how to make the straight lines on projects using rulers and measuring out and using tri-squares and the whole 9 yards. My daughter was there with me and she said, "Dad, why don't you just try this?" Granted, she was like 7 or 8 years old at the time. She said, "Just put that piece of wood on there against it and draw a line." So simple, an 8-year-old could do it, but I was in my late 30s and couldn't figure it out. Okay, the line that we just drew, you can see right here, the first cut is going to be cutting this line off right here with a scroll saw. I'm using a number 7 blade, so I'm going to get started. Make this cut first. I'm going to bring my light down so I can see properly. Okay, got these 2 cuts done. I'm going to take the bottom piece that I just cut off. I'm going to put it aside and come back to it later. Okay, this is the bottom. So this is going to be the top of the box. I'm just going to write top on there. And this is the bottom. Put B. We're going to turn this box here with the top facing down. Now I learned this trick the hard way. I used to take it with put the bottom down, but I'm going to use the top down. And the reason I'm doing that is because I know that this top is square. There might be a little wave in this cut along the line, and as you're cutting it might rock back and forth, which will throw the next cut off a little bit. So I'm going to put the top down, and right here on one of the edges I'm going to make a key pattern such as this. Now your key can be heart shaped, it can be L shaped, it doesn't matter. This is my key pattern. I'm going to erase that and use a different pattern. I'll come up here, such as this. Okay, move my light back over. I want to proceed to cut this key out, putting the bottom of the box I'll cut first aside. Proceed to cut this key slide out. Okay, here's the key. I can easily take the key and pull it out the top. I can easily pull the key out the top and through the bottom, which will tell you that the blade is completely square to the table. So I'm going to take the key, put it aside. Next step, I'm going to make a pattern, draw a pattern on the wood, and I will show you close up after I get it drawn. Okay, you can see this. It has about an 1/8 inch from the top, about the same thickness as the bottom piece you cut off. Come straight across, go down into the wood, come up and make a mushroom type, go back down, and then go back up towards the top of the wood. Okay, that's the next step to cut, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. Okay, you can see the top is cut. It easily slides off from the front way. It easily slides off the back. I have just a slight bit of resistance pulling it out the back. I could have been pushing sideways with my cutting at one little point in time, or my blade could be off square of the table, probably 1/2 degree, 1/4 of a degree or so. But this will work fine. So I'm going to take the top, put it aside. Next I'm going to draw a ring around this part, about 1/8 of an inch from the side. So I'll do that for you. Okay, you can see what I've drawn around the box. Okay, once I have that ring drawn, I'm going to have to drill a hole. Now I need to drill a hole to insert the blade so I can cut this piece out. So usually I'll put the drill hole in this section right here. By putting the drill hole here, it's easier to disguise it in the overall appearance of the box. So I'll go drill a hole and I'll be right back with you. Okay, here I have the hole drilled. So I'm going to disconnect my saw blade from the scroll saw, insert it into this hole, then get started again and cut around this box. Okay, you'll notice on my box here now, I can take the inside, pull it all the way out. So now you have the carcass of the box, which is the actual box sides, and the inside of the box. So I'm going to take the outside of the box, which is this, put it aside. Take the inside of the box I just removed and draw a line on this for the pattern. And I'll show you this close up just a second. Okay, you see the line there? So my next step is to cut that line off. Okay, this is the part I had with the top piece cut off. This is the inside of the box. So with the top piece I cut off, I'm going to set this aside. And now with the inside of the box, the interior, there's two more cuts I need to make. I need to make the riser blocks that hold up the interior lid. So I'm going to mark off these and I'll bring this back for a close-up. Okay, you'll see these two marks that I made, one on each end. Now, one trick I found when you're cutting small pieces, if you're very worried about getting your fingers close to the blade, if you just get a pencil with a nice eraser, hold on one side, such as this. I'm going to put this cut off piece aside, turn this around. Now personally I've cut so many pieces smaller than this, I'm used to having smaller pieces in my hand. So I won't use the pencil eraser holder for this side. Okay, this is the second riser block. I'm going to set it aside. Okay, this is the interior block that's left over. Now this will be waste. We won't be using this anymore. So you do what you like with yours. Sometimes I save mine to make an even smaller box, but sometimes I just throw them away also once they accumulate. So I'm going to vacuum off my tabletop here.